So what do? You've woken up, you've got that rumbling stomach, you're feeling hungry and you're tempted by food. So let me run through some of the tips that I use when I'm in my fasting period to stop that hunger and to stop me wanting to go to the fridge for some food or the cupboard to get a snack. So tip number one is have a coffee. When I wake up in the morning, that's the first thing I do. I put the kettle on, I make a cup of coffee, and that helps to stop my hunger. Will coffee break a fast? No, it won't. But a coffee must be a black coffee, no creamer, no milk, and no sugar. And no artificial sweeteners either, because artificial sweeteners have been known to stimulate the digestive system. And although there's a debate over this, I suggest that you try and steer clear of both sweeteners and artificial sweeteners. I also find that a black coffee in the morning is great before I work out. And I always work out in a fasted state because that you get more benefits from a workout when you're fasting. Plus you get all the benefits from the caffeine and the coffee. It makes you more aware and more alert in the morning, and it stops that hunger feeling. But more importantly, it keeps your fast going. It doesn't break your fast. Tip number two is green tea or black tea. Now, green tea and black tea don't have as much caffeine in as coffee does, but it does still have the caffeine, so you get some of the benefit or some of the same benefits that you do with black coffee. That alert feeling, that better awareness, and also it's great before a workout. Does green tea or black tea break a fast? No, it doesn't. But as long as you don't put any creamer, milk, or sweeteners or artificial sweeteners in, the same as it goes for coffee. But make sure you avoid those fruit teas because they have a little bit more calories in them and they can break a fast. And you want to keep that fast going. So the great thing about green tea or black tea, it stops the hunger and it keeps your fast going. Tip number three is carbonated water. Now, does carbonated water break a fast? No, it doesn't, so long as it's not sweetened in any way. It has to be just straightforward carbonated water, and what makes it carbonated is carbon dioxide. And the good thing about carbonated water is it gives you a fuller feeling in any event because of the bubbles, they expand inside your tummy. So actually carbonated water is great. So if you don't like just normal tap water or still water and you want a few bubbles in it, then it's not a problem. Have some carbonated water and that will help to stop your hunger, and of course it won't break your fast. So tip number four is drink water. Many people don't actually drink enough water, and oftentimes when you're feeling hungry, it's because you're not hydrated enough rather than actually being hungry and needing more food. Now I use one of these, so if you carry one of these around with you and constantly sip during the day, not only will you stay hydrated, but also you will stave any hunger feelings. Or as soon as you feel your tummy start rumbling, just drink a bit of water and oftentimes or normally your hunger will go away. Too often we eat for the sake of eating, and I fell into that category as well before I started intermittent fasting. When instead by having a sip of water, that's all your body actually needed in the first place. Staying hydrated keeps that feeling of fullness, but it also helps our body function properly too. Staying hydrated is important for your metabolism, and the recommendation is between 2 to 3 litres every day. Now that may sound like a lot, but if you're just sipping on one of these during the day when you're working out and so on, you'll soon drink easily 2 to 3 litres. So drinking water will certainly support your fasting and stave any hunger pains. Tip number 5 is about mindset. Now your mind is very strong and you've got to overcome those thoughts of wanting to eat, overcoming your hunger. And that is a big part of intermittent fasting. What I recommend to people is to lean into your hunger. And what I mean by that is that instead of giving into the hunger, think about all the benefits of the fasting period during intermittent fasting. The rewards of intermittent fasting, or certainly the fasting period, far outweigh any short-term benefits you're going to gain by breaking your fast and having breakfast. After a while, you wake up and you don't even think about having breakfast. But you may be saying, well, it's okay for you, you're not hungry or you don't worry about breakfast. Well, actually, before I started intermittent fasting, when I woke up, I used to want breakfast straight away. My wife used to tease me about it and saying, well, wherever we were in the world, whether it was at home or on holiday, I used to wait around for her on holiday to go for breakfast, or I'd straight away go to the kitchen and have breakfast after I'd had my shower. Wake up, hungry, breakfast. That doesn't happen to me now. I know when I wake up, I'm not going to have breakfast. I wake up and have my cup of coffee, black coffee mind, and then I fill this up with water and I drink water throughout the day. So all I did was change my mindset, change how I think, and boom, now I don't even think about having breakfast anymore. I do my workout fasted. I feel strong, fit and healthy. In fact, I don't think I've ever felt quite so energetic, even though I'm in my 60s now. So I do recommend that you follow my tips. So I just recommend that you trust in the process and you'll feel so much better. So my final tip, which is tip number 6, is to not get bored and stay busy. It's all too easy when you're bored to go to the fridge, to go to the cupboard to get some food, and you bored eat, if that's an expression. Staying busy always makes time pass faster, particularly if you enjoy your job or when you're not working. Find yourself a hobby. Find something to do that interests you. Go for a walk. Do something rather than sit around. There's nothing wrong perhaps in watching some TV, but make sure it's something that keeps your focus, keeps you away from being bored, and stops you going to that fridge and snacking because you're bored. But also it's important to understand you are actually more productive when you're in your fasted state. Your mind is clearer, particularly when your brain starts to run on ketones, which is that metabolic switch from your body running on glycogen to running on ketones, which is the part of the fat burning process. So in fact, if you're working in the morning during your fast, you'll get far more done. So I hope all those tips work. They certainly work for me, as I hope they work for you. Please pop a comment below if that has helped you on your fasting journey. I look forward to seeing you on the next video, and bye for now.